Okay. Hello everyone. This is for tiny PPG. This tiny PPG mean we use a lightweight the model to build on the wearable device, and because sometimes wearable device cannot load too much compute uh, compute load. Yeah. As we can see here, sometimes we use the PPG on our like Apple Watch, Gamma, this wearable device. Let's see the background of this paper. This paper is from the IoT journal. The IoT journal is available online on the 2023 November, and the journal impact factor is 6. The JCI is 1.32, and the first author of this paper is Jiang Yanling, and her actually index is 16, and uh, the research topic and she interesting is wearable medical device and machine learning for biomedical and health informatics. And there are some authors below here is her student. And also there are an author named Jiang Yuqi is a chip architect. He's now work in the Vivo as a chip architect, and he is a yeah is a classmate maybe with the first author in the Chinese University of Hong Kong. So he helped this paper to write something about hardware. I think yeah in our group maybe you guys uh, have to understand what is PPG. But yeah, I show this for maybe a simple way to help people don't know what is PPG to help them understand. I use keywords to help you. And first thing is buffer, and PPG is help us to detect the uh, change of volume of of our peripheral artery. Right. So uh, this is the first concept. We detect the buffer volume, and other is light base. And yes, we detect the buffer as a light base weight. And there are two kinds of weight. Like the first one is transmission mode. Yeah, as you can see, the light transmits to the other side, and they can reset. And the other is reflective mode. Yes, use a reflective way to detect the PPG. And third word is biometrics. And yeah, we use PPG to detect the biometrics uh, signal, like some heart rate, blood pressure, or the saturation, and also the R, mean the respiratory rate. Usually detect this for uh, medical signal. And this paper want to do is, yeah, PPG is a good way to detect the peripheral artery uh, situation, but sometimes it is very infer, interfered with the various noises. So some we need to do the motion activate model to detect some signal we cannot to analysis. So we need to use the model to do this thing, but sometimes the model is too large in the past time. Then so maybe we build a model on the cloud, but the wireless transmission is more energy intensive. So now we need to do a lightweight model on our wearable device. So that's why we do this paper to develop a new way to do this motion activate. So we called it tiny PPG model. So yeah, you can see here we use the data from the PPG DALI A public data set, and there are 15 subjects with the REST worm device on their regular lifetime activities, and the sampling rate of this data is 64 hertz, and the author used the 0.9 to 5 hertz bandpass filter, and to put the signal into a 30-second segment. So now I'm going to try to discuss about the tiny PPG and the other way to help us to build a lightweight model. So here we can see the basic tiny PPG model is DSC, the deep-wise separable convolution, to plus ASPP, the actual spatial pyramid pooling. This tool is a tiny PPG, and also this also use the constructive training to compare. Yeah. They also want to know if it if we will use the constructive learning as well, maybe we have a better outcome or not. Yeah. And also we use the pruning. And pruning is another way they also want to know if we use pruning can get a better outcome. That means we have a more lightweight model and is a better the dice mean outcome. Yes, we want to get we want to know the pruning is a good way to use. So here we can see I just say the tiny PPG is DSC plus ASPP. So why is DSC? The DSC is built with the 4 module, and the each module is built from the four layer. The first layer is deep-wise convolution. It's to try to detect and divide the temporal correlation. Use the temporal correlation way. And then the second is point-wise convolution. It can detect the cross-channel correlation with the each input layer. And the third one is batch normalization. And batch normalization can help us to decrease the gradient variation and the internal covariate shift, and also can accelerate the convergence. And first 3 module have this mask pooling layer. It helps to subsampling. And there are 4 modules, right? So here we can see the first number is the input, and second number is the output, and the third number is the kernel size. So we use the 4 different kernel size. And here the next step is the ASPP. So the ASPP is mean we put some hill into the kernel. So here we can see this picture like a kernel. So we put some hill on it, and maybe they are not increase the receptive field, but we have the same computing load. So we use this way to increase the receptive field. It's like we see the same data with the different Atrios ratio. Yes, we use the same kernel size, but we have different Atrios ratios. So yeah, another way like the contrastive training. So the contrastive training mean traditionally we use loss function to know the uh two different signal. Yeah, we can only know they are different or they are the same, but we cannot quantify the difference between two signal. But if we use the contrastive training, we can know we give this model 50% easy data, mean the correct data, and the half of the hard sample mean is incorrect data. We use this data to help training the model, and we put the signal into this model and use the projection head to project to the embedding space. So in the embedded space, we can know the I mean the difference between two signal. So we quantify the distance. Also, use the memory bank to store the embeddings of the sample from other mini bench. So here we can see the results and dice mean is like the F1 score. So we can see here the tiny PPG get a higher dice, but we use the tiny GEG with the lower parameters and the lower multiply the max yes, we have the lower computing load. So the second one is prune tiny PPG. So the prune tiny PPG have the similar dice, but we have a lower parameter than the tiny PPG. So maybe the prune tiny PPG is the best one model we can use. And here we can see the signal. And the first one is ground truth. And the green area mean the motion artifact. So the tiny PPG detect the motion artifact that is 94% correct, the dice. So this is the picture show the fine tuning. Yeah, as we can see, if we use the pruning, the dice will be lower. But if we pass the fine tuning in it, in the pruning duration, we can find the blue one. The tiny PPG will get a higher dice. And this is the contrastive training to the results. And we can see, yeah, here the contrastive training, with the contrastive training, the tiny PPG has a higher dice. But if we pause the memory bank, it doesn't have a higher dice. Yeah. Yeah, we can see here the prune tiny PPG is not higher than the tiny PPG, but they have a lower model size. So this table show we use this model to put on the STM32. It's the hardware cannot load very well. So we can see here the prune tiny PPG has a lower inference time and the lowest the IM usage. So it is the base model to put on the STM32. So oh yeah, here is the future work for my own research. Yeah, this paper maybe they want to know the relation between my research. So yeah, maybe in the future I want to analyze the correlation with between the peripheral circulation and PPG. So maybe the motion artifact and can help me to